my post earlier, my family asked me to remove it, and I just did. Save me any hassle. Although I'm still getting hassle. So instead this might be a multiple video a series because it's a lot of detail. But I'm gonna basically go into what bipolar is, what it does to you, the different types. That's why it might be a series. So I'm gonna go through a bit. I've got notes because it's so like deep, I guess. Like I could explain it from my perspective, but that wouldn't be the whole perspective on it. So that's what I'm gonna do. So bipolar is a mental illness which can affect your moods and can also sometimes affect your behaviours. You might have heard of bipolar and that it changes your mood quite quickly. There's a lot more to it than just changing moods. And that is something I think everyone needs to start coming to terms with. And that's not a joke. It's a real life mental illness, a mental disorder that causes issues for people. I don't know the statistics, but I know that quite a lot of people with bipolar, if they don't get the help when they need it, they will commit suicide, turn to drugs, turn to alcohol, do whatever it takes to numb the pain. Now there's two types of bipolar. There's type 1 and type 2. Type 1 is mania and manic episodes, and type 2 is hypermania and manic episodes. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but a manic episode will cause you to have a major amount of energy that no normal person should, unless they've like drunk like maybe 3-4 energy drinks. You'll have trouble to concentrate, you'll be restless, you'll go from one conversation to the next conversation consistently. You'll be extremely happy, like high as a kite. You'd think you were on like loads of drugs. You might commit risky behaviours and end up actually taking drugs, climbing buildings, doing illegal acts, drinking when you shouldn't. Someone with the type 1 will more than likely not suffer from a major depressive episode. And the type 2, this involves a major depressive episode first of all, and they'll go through at least one hypomanic episode, which is less severe than a manic episode, and that would be like once a year. But this isn't intense enough to cause you to be hospitalized, whereas a manic episode is. Symptoms: type 1 causes mania and might cause some depression, and type 2 causes depression and hypomania. Manic episode, this is more than a feeling of euphoria and getting distracted easily. It can interfere with you on a daily basis, no matter what you're doing. It can be extremely difficult to get someone who's experiencing this to calm down and can cause hospitalization. You may make irrational decisions and spend loads of money, do unusual sexual acts, and take illegal drugs. And the sexual behaviours could be, even if you're in a committed relationship, you could be in a marriage and you could go cheat on your husband, wife, doesn't matter. because of this, you have no control because you just think, I'm on top of the world, let's go do that. In a manic episode, not being able to be officially deemed if it has been caused by other influences, for example, alcohol, drugs, or other mental health conditions that that person might have. A hypomanic episode is a type of less severe manic episode, which means you won't be hospitalised and your behaviour will still differ from how you normally behave. This difference can become extreme enough for those around you to notice there's something that isn't right with you compared to someone without the mental illness. With a hypomanic episode, it doesn't get considered officially again if it has been influenced by drugs or alcohol. The depressive side to bipolar, this is like someone with any other clinical depression, just normal, losing interest in people, losing interest in things that you would usually enjoy, long and extreme periods of being sad and hopeless. Other symptoms include tiredness, irritability, trouble concentrating, sleeping habits will often change, eating habits will also often change. If you eat a lot, you might just not eat for a few days, a week, you might just live off water, or if you don't usually eat that much, you might just have like 5 boxes of cereal, I don't know. With this, your thoughts of suicide, whether they're often throughout the day or week, they become every single second. For hours and hours of the day, the weeks, you can't move out of bed, or you might attempt it during an episode without knowing that you have. Now, another thing that I learned about to do with either type of bipolar is that there's rapid cycling, which is when your moods, you have bipolar, but your moods change even faster than the average person. For example, if you were type 2 and you were going to have a hypomania episode, they would happen more than once a year. They might happen quite frequently, and you would have the depressive side. I'm not entirely sure how it works with a type 1. I'm guessing you would just have more depressive episodes than just the 1 or 2. I'm not 100% sure on that yet. So it would be at least 4 times in a year alone anyway. And the people who are more likely to have this is the people with type 2. It usually develops between late and early 20s, and it can be developed by trauma in your childhood, early adulthood, and those with immediate family members who suffer the condition are at a higher risk of developing this. That's all I'm going to speak about today about it. If you guys want to know more, then just comment down below or DM me. My DM will be in the description. I hope you enjoyed this informative video and maybe learned something. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. Bye.